or I guess to say welcome back to our last episode of season 4. Things have been a little crazy the last couple months. And so, gosh, has it been months or weeks? I don't know.
I don't even
Months?
know. I'm like, what month are we
Last,
in?
last couple weeks. But we wanted to do one final episode. I cannot believe we have 4 whole seasons, 4 years of doing this.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. I think today we'll just kind of catch up on where Amanda and I are at, we'll have another episode air after this. I think we'll do that for season 4 because I'm super
Yeah.
excited with
Yeah.
Dr.
I think we'll like this will be like our end of you and I, and then we'll just have like almost like a bonus episode,
Yeah.
something like that, like a bonus podcast. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
And
gonna
then
be
we'll
with
close it and then we'll start season 5.
Yes, so we're so excited. So it'll be with Dr. Natalie Crawford, who we were going to record. I think it was like the day before I was going to be induced. And then honestly, thankfully she had to
It
cancel because
worked out.
I was like not into it. But yeah, so we'll air that one, I think the last week in August. And then like Amanda said, we'll gear it for season 5. And I think we have like some different ideas going into season 5 of what this is going to look like in terms of like frequency, what type of guest we have, just because life's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it will be good. I think like, I mean, obviously, I think this will always still be a space for women going through infertility and that are trying to conceive. But I think as a lot of us that have even the like listeners who have been on throughout this whole journey with us, and even just people who've been on our podcast, like they now are, a lot of them are now moms and walking through motherhood. And so I think having like a little bit of that too into it and like what now to expect after you have
Yes,
babies and what life looks like and all the things after you did get that, miracle. So I think it'll
for
be
sure.
a
Because I
different.
think I would say we're getting better at it, but I think I was thinking about this today, totally different from the podcast, but like we've been so like hesitant to always share our kiddos or like motherhood,
For
all
sure.
that stuff on the podcast. And I think last year we got a little bit better, but I remember doing the last season finale and we've just like every season's been so different. The first season was I didn't have a kid, right? And you had just gotten Ben through embryo adoption. And then the second season was honestly probably like our most chill season because we both were just like, we
Yeah.
were both just like living in like new, we both had just gotten our rainbow baby. We weren't trying. It was awesome. What was season 3? I can't even remember because we weren't trying then either. Were we?
No. Oh, season 3, I had the 2 losses.
In season 3?
Yeah, we're in season 4 now. So, oh, yeah. I guess technically season 3
Yeah,
ended.
you're right.
It,
Wow, time goes fast.
yeah, I got,
Oh,
yeah.
and me too. Wait, me too. I
Wait,
had losses too.
we're
Okay,
we
sorry.
both lost. Season 3 was a lot of loss. Okay, we remember.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, between the both of us, we had 4 miscarriages in season 3.
Yes, because now we're in
Wow.
season 4. Yeah, and it's coming to an
Yeah.
end. It's already now, like almost. It is
I'm
August.
trying to block. I think I tried to block out my whole pregnancy.
Literally, yeah. Because season 4 was you pregnant.
Yeah, pretty much like the whole
Yeah,
freaking time.
yeah.
But yeah, so with that, I had my baby. I had the baby. I had the baby. Everything went well.
He's perfect.
Um,
He's so freaking cute.
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Like because yeah, my first birth was like, I wouldn't say traumatic at all, but it was like a 3-day experience and it was just like not fun. Whereas this was like within like an hour and a half of the epidural, she was just like there, which was kind of crazy.
That's literally, I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
Such a
And
good
then
experience.
yeah, it's all been crazy. But like I think what's like the like what's really weird, and someone just messaged me, actually, it was a girl that follows us on the podcast. She just messaged me like an hour ago, and she was like, "How do you know you're done trying? Like my husband and I are talking about a vasectomy, but like we don't know, like through the info because she's had like miscarriages." And like for me, like I mean,
You're
like
like, I'm
I
done.
was kind of, yeah, I honestly, like, this, like, Brooklyn was a lot. Being a mom's really, really hard for me. And like, I feel like you thrive at it. And like, that's like where you like just like fully succeed. Whereas for me, it's just like super hard.
That's
And
like so
so,
real, like, but like that's just reality. Like, and
yeah,
so many women I think can relate to both sides of us, and which I love that we're so different in that way too, because
yeah.
it truly can be either way, but you can still be an amazing mom no matter whether
Like,
it's
I love,
easy or whether it's hard. Like, it just doesn't matter. You're still can
yeah.
be such a good mom. Yeah.
Like, I love it just as much, but like, I swear to God, I've been on maternity leave for 6 weeks and like playing fairies for like 45 minutes. I'm like, it's
Like,
exhausting.
is it tired to go to work? Like,
Yeah. Like it's if honestly, if I was sleeping like decently, like if I was getting like 7 hours of sleep, I would go back to work. But
yeah.
I mean, and I think like you've been a stay-at-home mom since Ben was born, and like you'd be like, I would never do that. But
I
anyways,
would sob every single day if I had to leave and go to work. So like
yeah.
it's so funny, but it's true though. Everyone is so different.
So different. Now, I do say like I work from home like 85% of the time. So I think if I was like gone for 9 to 10 hours, that'd be crazy. But my whole point was saying she was like, how do you know like what do you do? Like if you're done having kids, like what do you do? Especially like with like infertility and all that stuff. And she's right. Like I've had these crazy thoughts of like I don't want Josh to get a vasectomy, like in case either one something happens to either one of my girls. Like you know what I mean? It's like, okay, but then what? Then like you've had it's just I think you just hold on to that trauma of like the what ifs and like I don't know if normal couples think like what if my kid passes away? You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
they do, but that's like an immediate thought of mine of like, okay, I don't want to do anything permanent because like what if something happens?
No, 100%. Honestly, it's funny you said that. One of my best friends, she's never had any issues with fertility, anything. And she almost has like, it was so funny. Okay, so she has three kids and her husband has a vasectomy. And for a long time, she was like, I think we need to reverse the vasectomy because I think I'm not like done. I think I really want a fourth kid. But then she's like almost has the opposite where she's like, oh my gosh, what if we get the vasectomy and then now we go through all of these issues or one of my kids dies and then like I
Yeah.
it could have just been fine if I just left it at the three and that was what I was supposed to have. So
Yeah.
just like I think both sides, I'm sure people have intrusive thoughts, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
for sure. Like
yeah,
they're probably outside of the infertility and loss, but like I do think it's so funny. I had posted that thing about like my wardrobe and it was like I'm a trillion% done. And I
yeah.
had like 4 or 5 comments like, wait, how do you know you're done? How do you know you're done? And I'm like, honestly, I was like a little done after one. I
Yeah.
think like it just like it's such a long journey for people like us where it's not just a 10 month, 9, 10 month experience. It is like years of just like trying to get your baby and you're just like, I'm freaking done. I don't want to do this
No,
anymore.
100%. And I think there's going to be a point even for me and Chris that I'm like, I think you should get a vasectomy.
Okay, so like
I like,
should we like talk about that? Like
yeah.
are you not trying?
I go back and forth. So we're like pretty positive. I had a loss in like February, right? Was it February, March? I don't even remember.
It,
A couple
I
months ago.
feel like it was God, I feel like it was last month, but I know just time has
No, it
zoomed.
was like,
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 months ago. So whatever month we're in. I don't know. Maybe it was like
So we're in August.
oh, I am a hot mess.
That's what I think. Anyways, it was like I
Like,
think it
it
was
was
like
in like
May.
the springtime, and
Yes.
we're pretty positive I had a faint positive, and then I'm in like period came so early, and it was just like a weird, it was super weird. So I'm pretty sure that was like a chemical, which is like so wild though that that could even potentially have happened with Chris and I, because it like obviously for us to just be
Right.
pregnant is like a miracle in itself. But I don't know. We like honestly what makes me the most nervous, and this is being like super real, is that we will get pregnant and like so all the times we did IVF and everything, all the babies came back like crazy abnormal. And we're not talking like Down syndrome, because if we
Right.
had Down syndrome baby, we would be like, okay, this is amazing. Like we love this baby. That like that would not change our life. I'm talking
Incompatible.
like literally probably wouldn't even if it I was able to carry the whole time, like the baby would probably pass away during birth or like
Right.
so just like really more traumatic type situation that makes me the most nervous is that like if we just keep trying and this is
Yeah.
gonna happen and then whether this child then is born and is like not even like functioning at all, which for
Mhm.
us we would never like we wouldn't have any kind of like an abortion or anything like that on my end. So we
Right.
would obviously carry to term. I will do whatever if this is what I was meant to have, it's what I'm meant to have. But I will say, I feel like there's going to be a certain time that Chris and I are like, okay, enough is enough. One, the older you get, the higher chance of something being wrong
How
with.
old are you 30,
I'm going to
30,
be 32 in
32?
October.
Yeah, I thought that was a high guess for
So
me.
I'm like super young still, but you know, my My eggs are probably like I'm 70 now.
No, I no, that's like super valid. And honestly, like I will say, like even just like going into labor with this baby, I was like kind of had similar thoughts. Just because like I've had friends that have had no issues during their pregnancy and they have the baby, and there's like a really high medically complex situation. And when you do have another child, you start to kind of think about like like am I being selfish? Like what is that going to look like for like like their sibling, all of that kind of stuff. And it's all just what ifs, but I think like again, going back to infertility and loss, like the what if game, you just go there all the time.
100%. And like looking at my history, I'm like, I'm gonna be the one that has something crazy.
Right.
And so I'm like, do we then just kind of accept like that we are an only child family and like just Chris get a vasectomy and then like we kind of just close the chapter and now just live our life as a family of three?
Right.
Or do I just like keep going and hope maybe one day one pregnancy will actually one work and be a healthy
Right.
baby and I don't know. So I feel like eventually we'll get there. I'm still not technically there. I mean, I still hold a baby and cry almost every time. So like I don't know if that will go away. I was talking to Chris about it because we were just on vacation with Chris's whole family and my sister-in-law has a baby and the baby was literally almost like the exact age of what our like second transfer after Ben was. Um,
Hmm.
and so like it would have been almost the same, like it was they would have been cousins and the same age. And like I'm like holding this baby and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is what my life would have been. It's just so wild. Like it just doesn't go
You're just
away.
such, I know, and you're just such like a great mom. Like that's like and I know it's like not like, I'm not saying I'm not a great mom because I literally do my best and I think I am a great mom, but like you're just like, I think your love for like being a mom is like so like just like abundant.
Yeah.
And you do have a ton of kids in your life, like you said. Like you do have like literally like 5 to 10 kids around all the time. But
Which I'm so thankful for. And I think God like truly has done that for me to kind of fill that because my entire life, all I've ever wanted was to be a mom, like genuinely. And I
Mhm.
always pictured this life of like a million kids. Like I was like, we have for sure gonna have 4 kids. I just like wanted to be the house that like everyone was always at. All the kids wanted to be here. And like so I mean it's so special and really cool that I think it is working that way, even if it's not working the way I like imagine in my head with these three
Right.
boys, that I am getting to like still be with all the kids
Yeah, you're
doing
always with
things.
kids. And I think that like, okay, so that's like a great like segue into like kind of what's next of like your life turned out that way because of donor embryo
Yeah,
adoption, embryo
yeah,
donation, however you want to call it. But like that's kind of what's next, right? Like you're gonna create a guide for people
yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean, but I'm going to do it.
this,
I
this
am.
month, next month.
This month, no, it's coming August. I just need to like actually sit my butt down and do it. Um, we're actually gonna go on we're going to a wedding like literally in like a week and a half and we're driving 10 hours. And so I will not be the one driving. So my goal in my head is to actually be like working on it in the car as we're driving. But no, yes, coming the end of August and of August.
Early
But yeah, no, I'm
September.
excited just to kind of talk people through of like all the different, I mean, I can only really speak on to how we got it, but I know obviously agencies and IVF clinics, like there's wait list and you can donate or adopt eggs or however the term I think is like interchangeable, but get embryos through clinics and stuff. And then obviously through Our Way with Facebook. And so I kind of want to share our story and then just resources and what it looks like
Right.
to be on the recipient side and
That's what I think people are always like in the DM so interested in is like, what does it look like now? Like, how do you talk to Ben? What is it like with the donor family? Like, what I think people just are always so curious because I feel like there's resources out there that do share like what we want to share too, right? Like, you want to share like, how do you do it? How do you start? What's really important to
what's
like
the
make
cost? Yeah,
yeah, what's the cost? Like, do you need a lawyer? What should you ask? But also kind of just like the real life experience of like, okay, my son, it's not almost 4, but like right? Three
yeah,
and a half.
no, we're in November. Yeah,
Yeah, so 4 in November. And like, what has the last 4 years looked like for us? So I think that's really cool too.
for sure. And obviously, every single family is going to have it a little bit different. There's open, semi, closed. I mean, there's different ways to do it for sure. But like, yeah, I'll speak to ours and we actually were supposed to see them this summer and we haven't. So,
But I think, okay, like that's really
but
cool too, because, but I
we're
think that's
going
the
in the fall.
Yeah, because I think that's neat too, like the flexibility. Because like when we were with adoption, like there were some pretty like not strict requirements from the birth mom, but like just certain things that they wanted. And that stuff can be fluid, but it also is just like really overwhelming when you look at it. But that's coming. If you haven't seen it, if you only follow us on like Apple or Spotify, go to our Instagram. We
Yeah,
are trying to grow our community.
we're trying so hard.
We're trying so hard. We've done this season has been awesome. I think we've grown our like online social media community. I like what 300%. I
Like,
don't know
honestly, yeah.
we did really good. We focused this season on like just trying to provide like some more like social media engagement where you guys can talk to us like real time, DM. We can share we've had a lot of people like ask personal questions and we've shared it with the community so that they can get answers and resources. And our goal before season 5 kicks off is to grow it even further. So if you don't follow us on Instagram,
Please follow.
go follow us right now.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing to stay in touch, especially as we go into a hiatus, because this will be our last, well, second to last episode for at least 3 months.
Yeah.
And so on our website, on our Instagram, we will always like share links to older posts, like Elise's story, single mom. She had her second baby as a single
Wow.
mother. Oh, I can't. But like we reshared her story, and so different episodes will come up on our Instagram. But it's at What the Fertility Pod. Our website is still live. We update all of our episodes on there. You can always go and download them. Oh, and the free resources that we're going to do throughout the rest of the year. So the first one was the gift guide that came out last month, which was so fun to kind of like interact with the businesses. Like, I don't know if you know this, but the Morris Code bracelet company, it's like Layla Jewelry,
Yeah. Yeah.
such a big company. And like I reached out to them, and of course, like the founding member had like their jewelry's not about loss, but like their founding member had a loss and was like super pumped to be a part of the community. And so if you all you got to do is go to that post, it's our top post, top pin post, just type in guide, and we kind of just like have like 4 or 5 different sections of gifts that we recommend for friend or family member going through loss or miss or loss or infertility. And then also those businesses gave us discounts. So that discount code is in there. I think like they range between 10 and 25% off, which is pretty great. So like books, supplies, memberships, jewelry, all that kind of stuff. And then I can't remember what else we're going to do, but we have something that's going to come out for the rest of the year every month. We're going to try.
That is the goal. That is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And then just like going into season 5, I think we want to shift things a little bit. I know we mentioned it like in the
Yeah.
beginning, but not just only focus on like women going through loss or through infertility. I think we do want to have episodes of me and Kat just talking about what life looked like this week, or just
Yes.
a certain specific thing in motherhood of like, I don't know. I mean, you could speak now to like being a mom of 2 and like how different that is from, the transition from 1 to 2, or just things
Yeah.
that I think are relatable in everyday.
Even as like, yeah. And I think like we want to be super, not cautious, but super like cognizant of
Yeah.
like, yeah, like I'm like not a trigger warning person. Like literally, if you've listened to any of our episodes for the last 4 years, we don't do trigger warnings, and we probably should. I think
Probably should have because it's like,
we
oh,
really should have. But I think like when you're
some
coming
kind
to
of
this,
loss.
yeah, like when you're coming to this space, like that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure too that if you're not in a headspace where you want to hear about motherhood or you want to hear like how my day is going as a mom of 2, like you'll
100%.
be able to you'll be able to tell like on the episode type. And so the frequency might just be different too. Like maybe a Thursday our motherhood episodes come out. But we just kind of wanted to preface with that. And I think I've already lost my train of thought. That's how it's going. That's exactly how it's going.
But I think it's good. Like we're not going to not have guests on, obviously,
Yes.
that are, still going through fertility treatments or going through loss or whatever. We're still going to have those guests, still have the professional guest on. But I think we want to add in, like you said, I think that's a fun idea, doing like Thursdays is only like the mom ones of like
Right.
what
So
you
don't listen.
life
Yeah.
is
If
like.
you're
Yeah.
not in the headspace,
And
like don't tune
don't
in. Skip
listen.
it.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
ignore it, skip it, go to the one like on the Saturday or whatever it may be.
But
Uh,
yeah, but as like, I mean, I've said I am done trying. Like, I can literally, I will tell you, I held on, and I know we're a little bit rambling, but like, I held on to a pack of pregnancy tests until I think last week I threw them out. Like, my daughter's 7 weeks old, And for the first 6 weeks, I like held on to them like I was going to need them or something. Like I have never wanted more than two kids. So I know you said it earlier, like you always wanted to be a mom with a big family. I actually didn't even know I didn't think I wanted kids like until I was like, I think like 28 or 29. I like maybe like I don't know, 28. Like right when we first started trying, it was a big deal. And so
Yeah.
like for me to like hold on to a pack of pregnancy tests, like I have two kids and she's like 6 weeks. I'm like, but what if she passes away? Like it's horrific. But
Yeah.
anyways, with
Yeah.
all that being said, like we want to continue to show up like real and like we don't want to be like talking about loss and like infertility and trying if that's like not what we're doing. So I think to your point, we will totally have guests on that do speak to that, but then we'll kind of like talk about our lives. And it's so funny like I remember before we started the podcast and you had been like, you were like, let's do a podcast. I was like, actually, I'm going to write a book. And at the time, I didn't have like my success story. And it's just funny how life works. Like I was like, I can't write a book because I don't have success. No one's going to take me seriously. The last chapter has to be like me bringing home my baby. And now, like as we came into like I knew we were going to record today and I was like, no one's going to take us seriously because we do have our babies. Like it's just like always like this thin line of like where do you fall in this space?
So true. I mean, I just think that's like it's just the reality of life. Like everything is it's like you always want what you can't have kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like it's no matter what side you're on, like it's always something. Like
Yeah.
there's always something to say.
Yeah.
No matter
I
what.
know. I know.
Someone can
And
always say something.
I know. And I think like, yeah. Anyways, okay. So free resources, follow us on Instagram if you don't. I did see like a bunch of like an uptick in our reviews on the podcast, positive, thankfully. But if you're listening, if you haven't subscribed, that's another thing. Like just hit the subscribe button and then anything we publish will kind of flow into your library. I feel like we don't have a ton of subscribers, but we have like a ton of repeat listeners. So maybe just hit subscribe, leave us a
My
review.
goal is honestly, I was actually just recently talking to someone about it. My goal is to actually, if you are a subscriber, is every week for our subscribers that it will like an email will be pushed out of the podcast or even like a random, I don't know, like our gift guides or something could be pushed out that week. So you could just obviously get that first too. You might be able to like listen to the podcast like the day before or I don't know,
Yeah,
something a little like insight or
I
something.
know. We're being super raw and transparent. And if you've made it this far, I don't know how long we've been recording, seriously, but if you made this far, thank you for listening to us. But Josh always asks me, like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, our goal is to grow like our community to 10,000 community, like a 10,000 members in this community on social media. And Josh, my husband, is always like, why do you want that? Like, that's just a number. And I'm like, it's a reflection of our community. It's a reflection of how many lives, not only that like you and I can impact when we talk on things, but like that our guests can then impact. And like
For
when
sure.
we do get DMs of people sharing, like, hey, I mean, I don't know why this one sticks with me, but like this mom reached out about her daughter's situation and being able to share that like on our stories and have people give advice. Like it's not just that number to me, like ego wise. Like I think it might used to have been, but now it's just like I want this community of like all of these people are rooting for each other and we have all of these resources in such a safe space. We are so close. And obviously we can go past that, but I just think
That was
like,
like even when you posted about the surrogate.
yes,
It's
yeah.
like that's just like so much faster that someone could be able to get something like
Yes,
that.
I actually connected her to yes, to a high school friend that I didn't even know followed us.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, no, but yeah, exactly. So that's just like obviously our goal is to be able to help any more people that we can and just be able to have those resources where people can rely on each other and, you
And
know.
then and then on the other side of it, which is also very transparent, like more brands will want to work with us that will then allow Amanda and I to continue to like take this time. And when we spend multiple hours a week, like recording, scheduling guests, getting like drafts out to our guests, you know, getting them on the show, editing, all that stuff. It's just us. Like we run social media, we edit the podcast, you can probably tell. But it does help because unfortunately, like a lot of brands really do value like insights on social media. And so I think season 4 has been phenomenal for us. Like we definitely only work with brands that we've tried and used and loved.
Yeah.
But it is really, really helpful for us to continue the podcast. I really can't believe we're going into our 5th year. It's
It's
crazy.
wild. I feel like it was literally just yesterday we were
Yeah,
like, let's do
yeah, we
this.
do. And
God,
we've
it's probably
continued to
crazy.
like, yeah, it's so crazy. Okay, what else do people want to know? I really don't know when we started. Oh, we started recording at like 2:35 because I wasn't ready. Okay, so it's been like 30 minutes. I haven't finished my beer that I am
Yeah,
so
drinking a beer at 3 o'clock. I love this for her. This is
I,
honestly usually it would be like the opposite. Who is this person? I'm the hot mess one in our friendship. Okay.
I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. I just know that she just cut off my boob and I had 2 hours to get this in and out.
Honestly, this might be my new favorite cat
I know
because it literally is
you
me.
literally, you've been texting me the last couple of weeks, and like I feel like my responses have, maybe they haven't, but I've been like, I hope she thinks I'm so chill. I'm like, yeah, that's totally cool. I don't care, whatever.
It is so me. And it's funny because before I used to say I was so type A because I genuinely was prior to Ben.
Yeah.
Had Ben in my life, just I am a B mom for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am 100% type B
No,
now.
it's funny because I know this is a lot, but I'm a type A person, but I'm a B or a C mom. Like, I mean, I don't have the beach stuff. You're more like you have your shit together.
I think I'm C. I think I would be actually considered a type C, right? That's where you like have some
There's
things
just yeah,
and then other things you're like, whatever. Because I'm like
yeah,
psycho when it comes to my house. Like I
yes,
vacuum like 15 times a day. Like
yeah. That's type.
I won't go to bed until like the kitchen is clean, the toy room is put away, everything is organized. Like that I'm really crazy with. But like
And when you go out and
my life, I'm like, whatever, everything's cool. Let's just
but
do
when you go out in public, like you have the stuff he needs, right? I don't.
he doesn't really need anything now. He's like eating
Like,
steak every
I'll forget the
day.
diapper bag. Like I literally will leave and
Oh,
have
I
two.
wouldn't have left the diaper bag. That I wouldn't have done. But
Can you believe that? Like I forget the diaper bag all the
yeah, I
time.
can't picture that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. If I bring the diaper bag, there's likely nothing in it. Like it is a
Well,
whole
that's
thing.
why when I was in New York, I was like giggling because I was walking around with my sister and she had an entire like schedule of food and everything she's like done and eaten and whatever. And I
That
picture to Kat. I'm like, oh my God, this is you and her are the same person. Like
we
you
are. Courtney,
guys
yeah.
are the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
So,
Actually, I think that's a good next episode. We should do an episode for season 5 on postpartum anxiety. So again, we'll make sure you know that it's
still
not about
there.
infertility, but you are.
It's still here every day. Oh, no, it's on. It's a comedy. It's a joke in my family of how much anxiety I have. Ben is almost 4 years old, and I didn't go to the beach. We were just at the beach for a whole week, and I wouldn't leave like our house in Waxhaw unless I had the choker because I think
Yeah.
an almost 4 year old is just gonna choke on anything.
Okay, let's
Anxiety.
totally do an episode on that. So that's coming if you have a kid and you've had a loss or you've had infertility, because I truly believe that plays into it. Because women that I've talked to that don't, now women that have never been through that do have postpartum anxiety, but a lot of my friends are like, no, I don't get that. So let's do that. That should be our first, not our first episode, but our first
100%.
mother.
I mean, my sister-in-law has like a lot of intrusive thoughts, but I don't think to the like because she's never had like my other sister-in-law hasn't
Yeah.
had any issues, never had any loss. She was able to have 3 kids, no problem. And she experiences intrusive thoughts, but no, I don't think she experiences like in all things, I think Ben is gonna die. Like I know it's
Oh,
a
same.
like,
Yeah, no, I can't take a
like
nap because I think Josh is gonna not. This was the last one. I don't think he's gonna put the strap on the bouncer, and she's going to, at 6 weeks old, bounce herself out of the bouncer onto the floor and give herself a TBI and then never be in a vegetative state. So I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna nap.
we're the same. Yeah.
So
I think,
that'll be
yeah, we're gonna have to have a whole episode on this because I can keep going on and on and on
yeah.
about things.
That'll be on the docket. Okay. What else? Actually, honestly, the other thing is just like, what do you want to hear from us? Leave it in our reviews, put it in our DMs. Like we respond. I even right now will respond. We'll respond. We will pivot. We will listen to your feedback. Honestly, the what we got the most when I asked that on the stories a couple weeks ago was like they want to hear stories of hope, which is like I love that
Yeah,
multiple people wrote that because I steer away from that. I feel like I just like I don't want to
because I don't
bombard
like too much.
people.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like make people feel like, oh, well, you have it and I don't, and make them feel almost worse. But
Right.
I feel like, yeah, it could be honestly helpful too. Of like, wow, look, they went through all this and they still did like get what
It
they
makes
want.
sense. That's
Yeah,
what I was looking for. Like
yeah.
literally that's what I was looking for. And oh my gosh,
I
the
want
other
to know
thing,
everything's gonna be fine.
yeah, the other thing, and I'll shut up, but like, do you know I've gotten like 3 or 4 women that are currently pregnant today because they tried the Lovenox? Like that is so cool. I know I'm not gonna like name them on the podcast because they haven't shared,
It's
but
so
like I'll yeah, like I mean, 4 different I think it's 3 or 4 people have literally are like halfway through their pregnancies and they're like, I tried the Lovenox. And it's so funny because like I didn't come up with it. I tried it
Yeah,
because
because
somebody
you
else
heard
shared
someone
it on
else. Yeah.
Instagram.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason we do what we're doing.
That's a good round. Yes.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's it. I mean, again, so this will come out. Are you going to do it tomorrow? You're the best ever.
Yeah. We'll just air tomorrow.
This will come out tomorrow, August 4th, and then we will have Dr. Natalie Crawford's come out the last week in August because we're recording the 21st. So what is that? I haven't looked at a calendar in a long time. Yep, so that'll come out the last week in August, and then there will be no episodes September, October, November, and
We'll
we'll
start.
see
Yeah.
about December. Yeah, I don't know. We normally hiatus September through November, and we record in December, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. TBD. We'll start our normal thing again in January because we always start the season in January. But we
Correct.
usually start recording prior, but see,
And
it takes
we're gonna hit our milestone goals of our community. So you will see some giveaways from us, some new content, some new pictures from Amanda and I. I think the last pictures
I
you
know.
guys are looking at were like 2 years ago. So always feel free to reach out to us. Instagram, What the Fertility Pod, our email, What the
I
Fertility
really
Pod.
want to get us on TikTok. I know we're like semi on TikTok, but I
We need
feel
to restart.
like
We need if you're a TikTok girly guy, like
tips. It's just like I feel like why is Instagram so much easier? I feel so like I'm a millennial because I just
yeah,
like I don't
we
know.
are. We are. And
Yeah.
I think
So many
too,
millennials love TikTok too, and I just can't get into it.
I think the difference is like we're kind of living in the past, which is great for Instagram in terms of like our story. And then for TikTok, it's like real time. And like real time is like kids. And so I don't like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, eh,
Like the content, I feel like is like your day to day and just like really
yeah,
funny, cute things. And
I don't know. Help us out, guys.
I don't know. Okay, good.
Um,
Well, embryo adoption stuff, guideline, whatever it is, resource. How do I call? What am I calling it?
yeah, a resource. I don't know. I'd have to go look in
First
our
for embryo
shared
adoption.
notes that
Yes.
I updated like
Coming
two.
soon. We are a hot mess today.
Yeah, that's okay. Hope you got something out of this episode. We love
Yeah.
you guys. Thank you so much for the continued support. Cheers to 4 freaking years of this, and we will see you